Okay, problem number 9. We're certainly moving up in the problem set, and hopefully you're getting a little bit more comfortable with what I'm doing. And once in the blue area, I'm taking more of a traditional approach to the problem, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I want to claim over here. Whoops! I'm gonna have to erase some doohickeys from prior lectures that I've done here. Erase this over here, and I'll erase this highlighting over here as well. All right. So we got a fresh document here. This document can be used an infinite number of times. It never wears out. At least I hope it doesn't. Um, Again, I took a very traditional approach in the problem set. What I'm going to do is I'm going to gear myself more towards what Wells would have done. And I'm going to write this down for you. And what Wells does, he tries to use the zero product rule in the problem like this over here. And the problems are carefully written, by the way. They're carefully written to work beautifully. But anyway, let me go through this with you. At one point, I'm trying to make this thing a 0 over here, this column. And to do that, I need a common multiple, and that will be 180. So I'm going to say 4 times this and 9 times this would make both of those 180. But I want to make them opposites. So I'm going to say minus 4 times the top. Let me do that for you. And what do you get? Minus 44 x squared, multiplied by minus 4, by the way, plus 4xy. And then you're going to get plus 4y squared. And then you're going to get minus 180. On the bottom is 9, so 63 x squared, 27 xy, and minus 18 y squared equals 180. And then I'm going to add the two together and hope for the best. Hope I can really kind of factor it out using kind of like really strange techniques to do it. So let's see. It looks like 19x squared. Looks like 31xy. And it looks like minus 14y squared is equal to 0. Again, the big hope here is I can do it. Now, one thing nice about 19x squared, if it's going to work with integer numbers, this is the only choice over here. All right, now I'm looking at the 14. I'm going to say 2 and 1. 2 and 7. Because I'm noticing 38 and 7 differ by 31. So I'm going to say, that's a y. Sorry about that. So I'm going to say plus minus. But it's easy to say something that's not true. I want to see if that's true. You do get 19x squared. You do get minus 14y squared. Do you get the middle? Yeah. You get 38 minus 7, which is 31. So I get something pretty simple over here, and I'll point out what I'm getting. I'm getting x equals minus 2y. I'm using a zero product rule, by the way. And over here, I'm getting x equals 7y over 19. All right? So then the question becomes is, what are you going to do with that? Well, what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to go back to the original system. I'm going to erase this business over here, by the way. I'm kind of done with it. I'm done with this too, by the way. I'm going to go back to the original system and look for something to do here. So I'm going to say, I'm going to use this because this is the easiest one for me to do. And I'm going to say, that's a tough call. Which one's easier to deal with? I'm going to say the first one. Nah, the second one. All right. Let's give it a shot. Let's put this in. So what do you get? You get 7x squared. That's going to be 7. And x squared, if x is equal to minus 2y, is 4y squared. Then you're going to get 3xy. What's it going to give you? Minus 6y squared. All right, go to the next thing, minus 2y squared. And that's supposed to equal 20. Well, that's 28. They're all y squareds, by the way. Minus 8, which is 20y squared. Well, this looks rather simple to me. Y has to be plus or minus 1. So I'm going to write those points down for you now. So y is 1, y is minus 1. All right? Let's see what we get over there. Well, if y is 1, what would you get for x? And again, we're looking at this over here. That'd be minus 2. And if y is minus 1, you get 2. So I'm going to commit myself to these answers over here. Again, if I were really didn't have an answer key, I would have to check it with the system. But I'm going to check it with the key. I'm going to look at the key, and do I see those? I do. They're right here. I got those. All right, so I'm going to say that was easy. I got to do the other one. All right, so what's the other one going to be? The other one's more difficult. That's why I didn't do it at least first. I didn't do it at first. This is all done. This is done. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not done. This is done. I'm going to go into this thing. This looks really tough, doesn't it? All right, I got to plug it in. So it's going to be 7 times x squared. That's 49y squared over 19 squared. I'll do that later, by the way. Plus 3 times x times y. So that's going to be 21 y squared. And what do you get on bottom? 19. I got to be careful. Let's see if I did that right. 3xy, 21y squared. Yeah, I did okay. Let's keep going. Minus 2y squared is equal to 20. All right? So, got to get a common denominator, don't I? This is more difficult. I do not mind you using calculators, by the way. Common is 19 squared. All right? I got to do 19 squared, though. Well, let's see. That's 190. 10 times 19. 90. And 81. That's 1. Right? Because 1 plus 0 is 1. 18 and 8, 26. 361. All right? Yeah, I'm going to write that down now. We'll keep it 19 squared. All right? Gee, what's 7 times... But you know, I'm going to write it on the side for you. 391... I'm sorry, 361, my error. 361 is 19 squared. I get my eraser out. Now I got to do 7 times 49. You can see how much more difficult this is, right? So 7 times 49, that's going to be 350 minus 7, 343. Then I got to do 19 times 21. Well, that's 210. Yeah, 10 times 21. 9 times 20 is 180. And 9 times 1 is 9. And then it's going to be minus 2 times 361. Well, it's going to be 600, 120, and 2, 722. All right, let me erase some of my arithmetic over here. Yeah, this is kind of painful, isn't it? So let's do some additions now, and then some subtractions. 343, 399, that's 12, 14, 742, minus 722. Well, look at that. Lo and behold, it's 20. So I get something pretty easy over here. I get 20 y squared, 19 squared, is equal to 20. So that means y squared is equal to 19 squared, which means y is plus or minus 19. Geez, this is what we're dealing with over here. So let's see, if y is 19, x would be 7, and if y is minus 19, it would be minus 7. I'm going to commit to these two answers. And let's see if we got them. 719 and minus 7 minus 19. All right, I want to look at the picture, and the picture is going to be on the following pages. And you see the points over here. What I mean by that, I'm seeing the points that they're talking about. Again, you may want to take your ruler out to verify that, but you got to scale down there and everything. What do you mean by a ruler? Like something like this over here. Looks about 7 to me. Looks about 19 to me, exactly as advertised. And you could do that with the other points as well. All right, let me just talk about who I am, because I realize sometimes people need to reach out to me. My name is Ron Bannon, and my email address is Bannon. B as in boy, the @ NNON.US. And I do like to hear from people that have some comment that would make the document better. Thank you.